I'll see you over there.
Hey everyone, welcome aboard the world famous Universal Studios tour. We have sets, stuntmen. Excuse me, I had something caught in my throat. Hello everyone, welcome aboard the world famous Universal Studios tour. As you board the tram, the wall to the far right, filling in all of the available seats. Young children whose feet do not touch the floor of the tram should be seated away from the outside gates, and be mindful of those gates. They're coming down. They're down now. Does everyone have 3D glasses? Alright, don't put them on yet. Don't melt your eyes. It's very painful and embarrassing. There is no 3D happening just yet. But Marines, we are leaving. Say goodbye to everybody. Bye, everybody. Here we go. So, you're probably wondering why I gathered you here today. Going to take the world famous Universal Studios tour. You're going to take the tour on an electric tram. That's right, you're sitting on an electric vehicle, and as part of Universal's commitment to sustainability, these electric trams have regenerative brakes. That means you put the brakes on, which charges the battery, and we all get younger. So we got that going for us, which is nice. So, my name is Marcellus. Our driver's name is James. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of the biggest and busiest production studio in Hollywood. I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, but I won't. I'm just playing. You know him as the host of The Tonight Show. It is Jimmy Fallon. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Marcellus.
And the greatest driver.
His name is James.
They're the best. I love that. Even though
Marcellus
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Well, where did that come from? Alright, just a few safety rules. Pay attention, there's a quiz at the end of the tour. First off, if you need any personal assistance of any kind, if you have a medical emergency of any kind, if you drop something over the side of the tram that's important to you, or if you have any audio or visual issues, like you can't hear me or see me, just give it to an emergency cord located above you at the center of the tram. The tram will stop when it is safe to do so, and I will come back to assist you. Otherwise, please remain seated inside of the tram at all times, keeping your arms, legs, and hands inside of the tram at all times. And keep in mind, the studio is private property, so if you happen to drop your cell phone, if you need to use the restroom really badly, don't get out of the tram because it's trespassing. Don't come and get you. It's very embarrassing. Just give a tug on emergency cord. Sit back and relax. I'll come back to assist you. Also, there is no smoking of any kind on the tour, and be prepared because throughout the tour, there are loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and water effects throughout the tour. So if you take a photograph and you see water coming toward you, protect your cameras. They may get wet. And finally, for your safety, for the safety of those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you're on the tour. Well, those are the rules. Now repeat them back to me, starting with you. I'm just playing. Here's what's in store for you. We're leaving the theme park behind to take you into the actual working movie and television studio, where some of Hollywood's biggest names come to work every day. Note the movie posters on your right. Just a few examples of the movies we've made here at Universal Studios, starting back in 1914 with an epic silent film entitled David and Pythias, to what we've got in theaters right now, such as Black Phone 2, starring Ethan Hawke. So, you know, this is kind of busy around here. Well, Carl Lumley, the founder of Universal Studios, called this the strangest city in the world because it's a city built for make-believe, but you know what? We are a city. We're officially known as Universal City Studios. We have a zip code, a fire department, a bank, a post office. The LA County Sheriff's have a substation on the property to help us enforce the laws, and we're building a humongous roller coaster called Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Come back in 2026. We'll show you something. Well, here we are on the front lot, and this is where the magic begins. We have sound stages. A majority of our sound stages are here on the front lot. We have 36 of them, by the way. And right now we're passing between the studio property and the theme park. On your right, you got Super Nintendo World, home to Mario and Luigi, the stars of our biggest movie of 2023, the Super Mario Brothers movie. To your left, you got Soundstage's chock full of production making goodness, used for shows such as Hacks, starring Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder, both Emmy Award winners, by the way. And we're very excited because they are back for another season of Hacks. Oh yeah! It's a Universal show that streams on HBO Max. And we just wrapped season 4, the final season, for Bel Air. Excuse me, too much fruit. Bel Air, starring Jamari Banks, Ollie Shulton, and Coco Jones. Wrapped season 4, the final season of those sound stages. That streams on our streaming platform, Peacock. And you know, I've been talking a lot about streaming. Before streaming came along, Universal dominated the broadcast airways with 80% of the television shows. Then Universal took it a step further by making movies for television, known as the Movie of the Week. And the most popular was the Sunday Night Mystery with characters such as Columbo, McCloud, McMillan, and Ryan. They eventually had their own series that filmed on our lot. The longest running of them was Columbo, starring Peter Falk. Hey, speaking of Columbo, you gotta check out this show that we have on Peacock. It is called Poker Face. It stars Natasha Lyonne, and it is just like Columbo, right down to the opening credits at the beginning of the show. But there's a twist. There's actually a couple of twists in this show. Check it out, Poker Face, starring Natasha Lyonne, streaming on Peacock. And yes, we are home to Ted, starring Seth MacFarlane, Scott Grimes, and Max Burkholder. They filmed 2 seasons on our property, streaming on Peacock. And on your right, we got stages 17 and 18. They have been in use for our new workplace comedy called The Paper, starring Donald Gleason and Oscar Nunez.
We sell products made out of paper, toilet tissue, and local newspapers. That is in order of quality.
My name is Ned Sampson. I am the new editor-in-chief.
Let's go!
We are going to make it better. I hope it's not too disruptive to have me shake everything up.
Don't be so self-deprecating.
God, not again.
Oh yes, from the creators and producers of The Office, right to The Paper. Stage 18 and 19 have been in use for a new drama coming to Peacock called The 5-Star Weekend, starring Jennifer Garner and Regina Hall. To your left is the second biggest teddy bear I've ever seen. It's Ted. He's huge. He looks thirsty. Don't touch him. Ted is standing in front of a series of tan bungalows that were once permanent dressing rooms for movie stars such as Doris Day, Jimmy Stewart, Paul Newman. Today, our production office is occupied by the likes of Mark Platt. Mark Platt Productions brought you the hit musical motion picture Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Academy Award show Yo, directed by John M. Chu. We'll come back with theaters November 21st. You catch Wicked for good. Coming up on your left, you got the big break that houses 2 sound stages, and those sound stages are used for season 2 of our workplace comedy St. Dennis Medical.
Welcome to St. Dennis Medical Center. St. Dennis Regional Medical. Access to some really good stuff, and I will hook you up.
Yeah.
No, man. That was a test.
We're like the Avengers, you know?
We're not supposed to have favorite patients, but we do.
Don't want to do better.
You know, kind of blotchy. Stay up there.
Oh my God, that's
Very funny show, St. Dennis Medical. David and company told me they're coming inside that great building right now on your left. We leave the front lot where we do all our interior filming, taking it to the back lot where we do the large scale exterior filming. You know what? On the back lot, we can take it any place in the world. We're on our way to a remote island known as Skull Island. Here's Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson to guide us.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island.
Oh, look at the wildlife in Skull Island. Wait a minute. Oh, you guys look a little nervous. Don't be, because James and I have been to Skull Island many times. Nature hikes, play beer pong. All you gotta do is follow the rules. We'll get to this segment. Hey, how you doing back there? How you doing? Please remain seated at all times. Please ignore legs and heads inside of the tram at all times. Hang on to your personal belongings and hang on tight. Adventure awaits. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Island!
Last night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Kong 360 3D! That is one of the largest, most intense 3D experiences on the planet. I feel young. You can see the looks on your faces with this glasses. The balance projected on one of the largest digital 3D screens that's 10 over 40 feet tall and 180 feet wide, using some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today. The film was designed by Peter Jackson and his team at Benefit. There are several Academy Awards working essentials as King Kong, Avatar, The Way of Water. Hey, that's the only 3D portion of the tour. That's the only 3D portion of the tour, but hang on to those 3D glasses. You're going to turn them in at the end of the tour. Well, here we are on the back lot. As you can see, we're quite busy around here. You're looking at the part of our back lot on your left. Our metropolitan set is currently being transformed into the part of the world that is from the past. It's been extremely busy there. We usually take you in there, but we cannot because, well, you know, they're filming in there. They've been filming shows such as St. Dennis Medical. They've been working on a new show called The Burbs, starring Kiki Palmer, based on the movie The Burbs, that starred Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher. They've also wrapped up season 4 of Bel Air in there. They filmed Ted in there as well. And right now they're working on a new spinoff for Warner Brothers' hit television series, The Big Bang Theory. This spinoff is called Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. And oh boy, does he. Look what they've done to their back lot. They're particularly filming, since there's an unusual paradox of time going on in the show, they're filming in Courthouse Square. This Courthouse Square, featured in such films as Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, and Leah Thompson. Now, if you're a fan of the show Big Bang Theory, you know that they're all nerds and they all make references to all these popular movies and television shows that have to do with science fiction or fantasy. And so, of course, it's apropos that they would be filming in Courthouse Square, where Back to the Future was filmed. So that's why we can't get in there, because they're working on Stuart Bells to Save the Universe. It's the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, by the way. You can see the line of state signs over there that were used to mark where Marty McFly lived in the movie. And to your left, you got that humongous V. That is Home to the Voice. Stage number 3031, Home to the Voice. Just wrapped up season 28. I think you know who this guy is.
Hey there, Studio Tour. I'm Snoop Dogg from The Voice.
Yeah.
We tape our show right here in stage 30 and 31 in the heart of the Universal Backlot. These state-of-the-art sound stations allow us to bring every round of our show to life, from the blind auditions to the live finale, and everything in between.
Make some noise!
We know what America wants.
Reba sucks, baby! Yo, now, you should see the underwear I'm wearing.
What kind of a show is this? As you can see, Reba McEntire has returned as one of the coaches, and she's very busy. I don't know where she finds the time, because right next door, in Stage 33, across the lake there, is where she's filming her show called Happy's Place. It stars Reba McEntire, Melissa Escobedo, and Melissa Peterman. Hey, you know, Universal started the horror legacy with Dracula starring Bela Lugosi back in 1931. Well, we're going to take you into the cradle of our backlot where our horror movies were born. And those horror movies had two things in common. They had the monster and they had the angry villager. I'm going to show you an angry villager scene that was filmed here in Liverpool, Europe, from Bride of Frankenstein. Starring Boris Karloff as the monster and Elsa Lanchester as the bride of the monster.
Get out the black. Bring on the ring and lock them in the ring door and wait for me.
Alright, fans, we went after this monster. Remember the cut with the monster in these films? Things would horribly awry. That's right, James. Horribly awry. Look at them running. Somebody texting their friends as they run. Yeah, why don't you show them? That's why. You get the Monster Smackdown, baby. You'll see that on TikTok. By the way, we call this whole area Little Europe because we can make it look like any part of Europe we want by changing the language on the signs. And it's not really that big of a place here on our backlot, but we've done it for decades. And it was built in the late 1920s for a motion picture entitled All Quiet on the Western Front, which won Universal its first Best Picture Academy Award in 1930. And right after that, Universal started making horror movies, and plenty of them, starting in 1939 with Dracula starring Bela Lugosi. Hey, we're going to head on into an actual sound stage now. The production has been using this stage. I don't know what they've been doing in here, but the floor is really bumpy. So hang on tight, hang on to your personal belongings, and keep an eye on the contents of your pockets as well. Look at this. If you didn't know that we looked inside of a real subway station, this is the only split-level soundstage like it in Hollywood. Up above, they recreated the urban street scene with trucks and cars. On either side of the tram, you got steps leading up to that second story set. And wait a minute. What's this big red button doing here, James? Well, what are you doing? Well, don't touch it! It's quit praying, man. I just wanted to know what the button was for. Don't touch it again! Ladies and gentlemen, let this be a lesson to you. Don't touch the big red button. I'd like to put you in the movies here at Universal Studios. That's pretty quick, a big one. Inspired by our 1974 disaster go earthquake. Starring Charlton Heston, Richard Roundtree, and Sylvia Pujol. You know, it's the 50th anniversary of our blockbuster hit Jaws, starring Rory Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Well, guess what? For our 50th anniversary, we're going to take you to the beach. Not too many people know this, but we have a beach here on our back lot. I like to call it Amity, and you know, we're the first tram of the day, so we'll have the beach to ourselves. Mayor Bond called this morning, said the beaches are open. It's a beautiful day, and I do know Amity means friendship. So I get the cameras ready. This is pretty cool. But you know, we have a kind of tour like this. We can go to the beach, take you all over the world, and check this out. We do have the entire beach to ourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, you can go fishing and swimming, play some Twister, maybe do some breakdancing later on, until you hear the music like now. Now don't worry about that. That just lets us know the shark is on its way. But that shark has been trained to go for yellow objects. It's headed to that yellow barrel right now. And wait a minute, how come the shark is turning around? Oh, that guy's wearing a yellow oxygen tank. What are you doing out there? Quit playing, man. You're in an experiment here. Well, let the shark go. He's just showing off now. Dipping under the water like he can't hear me. Let the shark go. Oh, that can't be good for you. Only uses diving for niceness instead of evil. Well, now the shark is headed back to the yellow barrel. There happens to be a rope rose attached to it. Let's stick around and watch. We're right next to the gas tank. Look at that, it took the bait in the pier tube. I hope that flammable liquid doesn't ignite. What? Well, that's hot. That's Africa hot. Tarzan can't get kind of hot. You remember that diver? He's over here now. I don't know how he got there so quick, but he says it's okay. It's just a flash wound. Take a look. Huh? I've heard that before. And you wanted a window seat. You come face to face with Bruce the Mechanical Shark, inspired by Bruce the Mechanical Shark for the movie Jaws. By the way, Jaws was not filmed here. It was filmed on location 50 years ago in Martha's Vineyard. But you've seen this area in many different productions, including being seen as Cabot Cove for Murder, She Wrote starring Angela Lansbury. Whee! Look out for the shark. You can catch all 12 seasons of Murder, She Wrote streaming on Peacock. The world is around the corner for us here at Universal Studios. We're going around the corner and heading down south to Mexico. This area is used for a number of reflective productions, including a music video featuring Lady Gaga singing her song Judas. And now we're just in time for a weather effects demonstration. What's up? Hey, special effects. Pretty cool, huh? Feel free to take pictures, tell all your friends. Let's make this more dramatic, shall we? I want some precipitation or rain. Hey, special effects! That rain is created by a sprinkler system above you. Pointed upward, the water shoots up and out. Looks like naturally falling rain for the camera. Designed not to get the crew wet, but certainly designed to get the actors wet if they're out there. Make them all washed up. You notice it's only raining an hour of the trail up here. Guess you could call that a 50-50 chance of rain, right, James? Right. Hey, where's that deep rumbling coming from? Yeah, that sounds like a rush of water or a flash flood. And, I'd take cover back there in this second car if I were you, because that water's coming for you. Coming to get you. You know what, James? Now would be a good time to go. Now would be a good time. James, quit playing, man. Quit playing. Well, at least we didn't all get so. What? Yeah, we fooled you with that. We dump thousands of gallons of recycled water from tanks at the top of the hill. The water crashes down the hill, gets pumped right back into the tanks at the top of the hill, so we can get somebody else with it. What many times we did that for Big Fat Lion?
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
Frank Nunez, Amanda Bynes, Paul Giamatti. Get him, Pablo. Get him! Shut up! We're at the halfway mark of the tour. Keep in mind the studio is private property. You happen to drop anything of value off the side of the tram. Don't get on the tram. It's trespassing. They'll come and get you. Just give a tug on the emergency cord located above you. Sit back and relax. I'll come back to assist you. They were passing by the Jaws ride. It's called the Jaws ride because of its attractions in theme parks, the description of the attraction. So it's called a ride. And who can tell about the Jaws ride is the director of the blockbuster hit Jaws, Mr. Steven Spielberg.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram.
They were heading into one of the most popular suburban neighborhood in Hollywood. Most photographed neighborhood in Hollywood. It is known as Colonial Street. Featured in just about everything. Leave It to Beaver, Marcus Welby, Hardy Boys, The Munsters, Never Have I Ever. And yes, you have seen it as Wisteria Lane for ABC's hit television series Desperate Housewives.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Oh, yeah. You know, for the longest time, these houses, these sets, were empty shells. You could only do exteriors here. Then along comes Desperate Housewives. They added interiors to the first floor of each one of these sets. Now they're practical. You can come on the inside as well as the outside. So that has attracted tons of production. Commercials, music videos. You might remember one of these commercials that featured Beyonce selling lemonade. Lemonade, that too refreshing. And coming up on your left, 2 doors down from this light brown house, is the house where Kiki Palmer will be living for our limited series called The Burbs. And it's based on the motion picture The Burbs. It's got Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher. Will be streaming on Peacock soon. Well, that same house is where Ted lives. It's a very popular house.
Let the festivities begin. How many we got?
Well, let's see. We got 20 cartons.
Fantastic.
Do you think we're getting too old for this?
Oh, come on, Johnny. We're doing a public service here. If a kid leaves the house in a less than stellar Halloween costume, he's got to get the bad news before he makes a fool of himself all over town. We're Samaritans.
No, they're not. They threw eggs at me and I wasn't even wearing a costume. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have approximately 15 minutes left on the tour. Keep in mind, the studio is private property. You happen to drop anything of value off the side of the tram. Don't get out of the tram. It's trespassing. You know what? These golf carts around here, they're just waiting for people to fall off of the tram or jump on it, off of the tram. Because they'll just scoop you up and take you out. You'll never be seen again. And then this guy get off of the tram and the golf cart just came out of nowhere and scooped him up. Didn't even put him on the golf cart, just dragged him off. He was wearing some nice shoes. Those shoes are like button jeans. And they stuffed him up. The man was all screaming and crying. Anyway, he's going to tend to the emergency cord. Sit back and relax. I'll come back to his sister. And we got some picture cars coming up for you. The picture car is the vehicle that you see in the single movie or television show. Have your cameras ready. Coming up on the left. Leading the pack is the Universal Studios Glamour Tram. Designed by a Hollywood art director named Harper Goff, who also designed the Nautilus submarine for Walt Disney Productions' 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and the Proteus submarine for 20th Century Fox's Fantastic Voyage. Now let's make a little pit stop at the most popular motel in Hollywood, the Bates Motel, where Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Psycho, starring Anthony Hopkins, Janet Leigh, and Vera Miles. We're going to take you up for a closer look at the Bates Mansion. You may notice something about the Bates Mansion. It seems to be diminishing or getting smaller. That's because the house was built something that would look like a large house in a building one. So perspective. You notice doors and windows. That's for close-up shots. In a close-up shot, it looks as though you are standing in front of a much larger house. By the way, this is an empty shell. It's not a full-scale set, so they didn't build interiors in here. Imagine the look on Norman's face when he came home from the hospital. What happened to my house? Where are my toasted cheese sandwiches? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacular crash site of Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and the painting.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began conducting War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. I keep pressing me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Down close.
We've held on to the set because other production companies wanted to use it. It's featured in episodes of Ghost Whisperers, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. Seen in a music video that features Rihanna and Nicki Minaj singing a song called Fly. And Ariana Grande used this set for Brighter Days Ahead. We're going to take you to another large-scale set known as Jupiter's Claim. It is featured in Academy Award-winning Jordan Peele's movie Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Stephen Young. And this set actually did not originate on the Backlot. It was actually built on location a couple hours north of us near Santa Clarita, California. But Jordan Peele thought it'd be really cool to have the set on the Backlot, so the studio agreed. And here we are. Can you tell me about the set is Mr. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, the nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park.
It's the second biggest inflatable cowboy I've ever seen.
Over there, look into the winking well and have your pictures taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one?
No!
No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy in the old rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the hot spot. Welcome to the world of no.
Uh-oh, this can't be good for you. Whatever you do, don't look up. Do not look up! You looked up, there's nothing to see. I told you not to look up. See that, James? No one ever listens to the guide. Yep, we're going to run up into the sunset because we're going to the end of the tour. What you just experienced here is a great example of building suspense without showing you anything at all. Everybody's taken the world famous Universal Studios tour, including Academy Award-winning directors such blockbuster hits as Jaws, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List. As Mr. Steven Spielberg, he has taken the tour.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
We hope you have an amazing day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. That concludes the Universal Studio Tour. It's been my pleasure. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the tour with us today. Annual pass holders, we'll see you again soon. If you're not an annual pass holder, take today's ticket to the Universal Box Office. Turn it into an annual pass. Come back and visit us again and again. Download that Universal Studios Hollywood app. That'll give you the showtimes and wait times for the attractions throughout the day. You know, for over 110 years, Universal has been filming audiences around the globe. Our founder, Carl Laemmle, had a vision to make movies that would make audiences laugh or cry or sit at the edge of their seats. When he opened the gates to Universal City in 1915, he wanted to open the doors to movie making for everyone. He understood the importance of storytelling on the screen, and how inspiring it would be to take people behind the scenes. We hope you were inspired by taking a walk down to Universal Studios tour today. If you're interested in purchasing any of the movies or television shows that you saw on the tour today, check out our website at uphe.com or at one of our retail stores in the park. The park closes at 6 p.m. this evening. Make way for our special event, Halloween Horror Nights. Hey, we're heading back into the theme park. Remember your personal belongings as you exit the tram. Please take those 3D glasses with you. Deposit them in the lower receptacles in the unloading area. On behalf of myself, our driver James, and all of us here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we hope you enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood experience. Once again, my name is Marcellus, our driver's name is James, and together we are Wild Scow. James, smooth driving. Ladies and gentlemen, please wait for the tram to come to a full complete stop. Thank you. Watch your step. Bye, kids. Have a nice time.